Okay, the gentlelady from Michigan, Ms. Lawrence, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My colleague on the other side used a term that I hear frequently when we start talking about gun violence in America. And he said, my God-given right. I was raised in the church, I attend church, and I read my Bible personally. I would welcome any person to find the scripture where God said, you shall own a gun. I would welcome anyone to show me where God declared that owning a gun is your right. I do pray for my colleagues. To own a gun in America is a constitutional right. But just like any other situation that arises in America, when we get to the point of it being a pandemic, an epidemic, where the death of children in America, the #1 cause is a gun. My goodness, aren't we intelligent enough in America to embrace this challenge? If I hear another hypocrite stand up and say my thoughts and prayers while parents are grieving and standing and burying children, we care and we have this debate about abortion. Oh, I care about the children. But you embrace, promote, and make money off of guns that are killing our children. Can you at least have a conversation about your right to own a gun and gun violence in America? Mr. Boosty, gun manufacturers can they buy advertisement on social media platforms like Twitter or Facebook, yes or no?
I believe there are varying rules from those social media platforms, but gun companies do advertise aggressively through social media platforms through their normal posting accounts.
The answer is no, they're not supposed to, but you're correct. The gun manufacturers use social media to sell their product. And so even though these companies are not allowed to advertise directly on the platform, they have social media accounts that they can use to promote their products. The now infamous Daniel Defense ad depicting a child holding a semi-automatic weapon was posted on Twitter. The company has since deleted the picture after an uproar after the Uvalde massacre. And the picture I post here, they use this, a gun manufacturer, and since then, I want to ask Mr. Daniel, why did your company remove this post from Twitter? Sir?
Congresswoman, this ad is about parents teaching children gun safety.
Why did you take it down, sir?
Teaching them what a gun is.
Why did you take it down, sir? Answer the question, please.
Yes, ma'am. We took this ad down, although it had a good message. We took it down because children had just been killed, and we didn't think it was appropriate.
It wasn't appropriate. Isn't that ironic that you, who used this picture on social media, personally as a company, decided it was inappropriate? The next thing I want to ask you, Mr. Daniel, there is never a right time to post a photo like this, and the fact that the photo should have never been taken. This is not a traditional advertisement, but in 2022, social media posts are indeed advertisements. Mr. Simanson, why is gun makers' use of social media concerning to you? Ms., I'm sorry.
The reason those posts are important because the firearms are a consumer product. And so consumers are going to be susceptible to advertising, and the messages impact them. And one of the biggest messages that we haven't talked about yet is gun manufacturers' claims that guns will make people safer. We've heard a lot about self-defense, for example, when in reality, bringing a gun into your home makes it more likely that you or someone in your home will be harmed by that gun, rather than using it to defend yourselves. And so Americans are looking for answers as to how to keep themselves safe, and these social media posts that suggest, for example, that if you want safety, you should bring a firearm into your home, or if you want safety, you should walk around the streets armed with an AR-15 can mislead the public, and that's why it's important.
Thank you. We at a time, we had the Wild Wild West, where every American walked around with a gun. And supposedly, through education, through compassion, and experience, we learned that this was not. And in our Constitution, it says, it's clear that we did not have a police department. We did not have an organized, funded body that is in place to protect us. So again,
The
I
gentlelady's time
want to
has
give a
expired.
Bible to every one of my colleagues and have a prayer session with all of them. Thank you. I yield back.